Namely, that antidepressants often do not do what they promise and are in fact causing harm to many.
Dr. Steve Hotze is suing over Obamacare's employer mandate.
It's time for a wellness revolution. Brought to you by Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Honest discussion on maintaining health and wellness naturally to enjoy a better quality of life.
He's the doctor fighting to let you keep your doctor.
Now, Dr. Stephen Hotze.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today on Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. I'm Stacy Banfield here with the founder of the Hotze Health Wellness Center, Dr. Stephen Hotze. And if you have any questions for Dr. Hotze today, then please give us a call at 713-212-5950. That's 212. No, it's not. 713-212-5950. We are on Facebook Live. So please go to Facebook, type in Hotze Health, and you will find us there.
It's like having your own TV program online.
Yes, it is. Technology is fun.
It's great. Hello, everybody out there in what do we call them?
Facebook land.
Facebook land? Is that where we're on Facebook Live?
That's right.
Hello, everybody out there in Facebook Live. How are y'all doing? Wish I could see you all. I know you can see me and sweet Stacy Banfield. See what a beautiful face she has. Look at it. Look at that. She has a face for TV. That's why we got this. She said, you've been saying so long that I've had a face for TV. Why don't we go online and I can show off?
Oh, sure. That's exactly how it went.
Maybe this will be my big break. I'll hit the big time. This is the big time.
It is.
You're on the big time right now.
That's right.
Well, listen, today's going to be a great program because we're going to talk about depression and antidepressants and the real underlying causes of people's problems, true underlying cause of problems that people have, for which they often get diagnosed and labeled with the diagnosis of depression, which is just a label. Remember, I've mentioned to you many times here on our program that physicians listen to people's symptoms. When they don't know what's going on, they take the symptoms and they give them a medical name, and then they call that the diagnosis. So the symptoms become the diagnosis. Let me explain. You go into a doctor, you say, Doctor, I ache all over, my joints ache, I just hurt, I just don't feel good, I can't move. And they do $1 million workup on you. Run all the blood tests, get x-rays and everything, come back and say, well, I have the diagnosis. What is it, doctor? You have fibromyalgia. You go, oh my gosh, it sounds so ominous. Oh my gosh, what is it, doctor? Fibromyalgia. Oh, can we do anything for it? Oh yes, we can treat it. Okay. Then he writes you a prescription, and you haven't won. You walk out the office and go to the pharmacy and take the prescription. Here's what's wrong with that picture. What's the first thing you should do when a doctor gives you a so-called label or diagnosis? What's the first thing you should do? Stacy.
You should say, why? Why am I feeling that way?
Why do I have that? Even if they tell you something you don't understand, you ought to ask him, what is that? You have fibromyalgia. Well, what's fibromyalgia? Well, it just so happens that fibromyalgia is a Latin term for muscle and soft tissue pain and aches. But that's just what you told him you had. He said, I have joint muscle pain. And he goes, you have fibromyalgia.
So he just repeats it back to you
in Latin. He repeats it back in Latin. That is not a diagnosis, folks. That's a labeling of a symptom. It's the problem doctors have. They have a problem with a disorder I call labelitis. They label things and they think they've made a diagnosis. Example would be high blood pressure. You have hypertension. You have high blood pressure. That's not a diagnosis. That's a description of a symptom. The question should be, why do I have high blood pressure? And your general docs, 95% of them will tell you, it's essential hypertension. You just get it. Try to lose weight, exercise, see if that helps you. But I'm going to put you on some medication. They'll literally start you on medication the first day you're in the office. And that's what they often do with these drugs. Back to fibromyalgia, what they'll treat you with is Cymbalta or another drug, both of which are antidepressants. So if you have joint muscle aches and pains and you go, doctor, what have I got? Well, you have fibromyalgia. What is that? Joint muscle aches and pain. That's what I told you I had. And you go, what's causing it? We don't know. It's idiopathic. That means idiot. Idiopathic means the idiot can't make the diagnosis because he doesn't know it. He just labels it. Idiopathic is what I say. Idiopathic really means we don't know. That's what it means. Cause unknown. So then he's going to give you a drug for something he doesn't know what's causing. And they give you what? An antidepressant, which becomes the generic drug for treating any and all problems people have. I don't care if you've got fatigue, if you've got migraine headaches and headaches. I don't care if you can't think clearly, your mood swing, you don't sleep well, you got joint muscle aches and pains, sluggish bowel function. I don't care if your heart's irregular, you're not sleeping well, your hair is falling out, you get recurrent and chronic infections. They're going to find a way to stick you on an antidepressant because when I do blood tests, they can't find anything definitive on a blood test like low thyroid or hormonal problems, and they go like, you're just depressed, we'll put you on an antidepressant. Well, the antidepressants they put you on are dangerous drugs. They mimic the SSRI antidepressants, which is a name given to drugs that are called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which doesn't mean a thing to you. But that's what they're called, SSRI. They keep apparently, they don't know for sure, they keep the brain from reuptaking serotonin. So you're supposed to have a lot of serotonin, which is supposed to make you feel good. But how come the people that have antidepressants, the common problems they have are what? They get angry. They get irritable. They get suicidal. They gain weight. They get a flat affect. They can't think clearly. Their heart races. They get a whole host of problems when these patients get on antidepressants. Get difficulty breathing, nervousness. They can have hallucinations, nauseated, dry mouth, sweating, insomnia. They get jitters, manic episodes, muscle pains. And so you go back to the doctor and say, Doc, I took this antidepressant and I feel worse. And what he does is he doubles up or he adds another one to the regimen.
We've heard that all the time.
That's what they know how to do. That's what we see day in and day out at the Hotze Health Wellness Center. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, 10% of the population's on antidepressants. If you figure most of it is for adults, they do give them to kids now, which should never be done. That is just wrong. It's terrible that they're doing that instead of getting at underlying problems. And so at least 20% of adults are on antidepressants. If you figure who's mostly on antidepressants, income-earning people, so it's the middle and upper middle class and upper class that are taking the antidepressants. As you rise in demographic income, the higher the income, the more likely the individuals to be put on antidepressants. And women, 2 to 3 times as frequently men are put on antidepressants. And we're going to talk about why women get placed on antidepressants more than men do. Is it because women are basically a depressed breed of humans? Is that the reason? Why did doctors put women 2 to 3 times more commonly on antidepressants than they do men? We'll be back and we'll talk about that.
Absolutely. And if any of this sounds familiar to you and you would like to do a 180 and take charge of your health, then give us a call today at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. You're listening to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Please stay tuned.
Why walk amongst the living sick when you can join a wellness revolution? Here's Dr. Hotze.
To Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution, this is Stacy Banfield here with Dr. Stephen Hotze. And if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, then know there is a natural way to address your health issues. You can give one of our consultants a call at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. Here's Dr. Hotze.
Thanks so much, Stacy. Thanks for joining us today on Wellness Revolution, where we're hoping to persuade you, convince you that your health's really important. People care how you feel. Not only do you care how you feel, there are other people in your life that care how you feel because the way you feel affects them, your husband or your wife, your spouse, your children or your grandchildren, your friends, family members, people with whom you work. They wonder about your health because they know when you're healthy, you're happy. When you're unhealthy, it's hard to be happy. Yeah, you can have a stiff upper lip, grit your teeth and bear it. But people see through that. They know you're not feeling well. And people that aren't feeling well tend to be kind of down and discouraged, and they tend to bring people down. They don't have a positive outlook on life like people who are healthy. And the whole key to being healthy is to having good energy production within your mitochondria. That'd make a good song. Good energy production within your mitochondria. Good production. Mitochondria.
It's
Mitochondria. That is the power plants within your cells that produce energy. If you produce a lot of energy within the power plants in your cells are going to have a lot of energy to function and work, which means the organs are going to function and work, and you're going to be a live wire, and you're going to feel good. You've seen people that are full of energy, enthusiastic, outgoing, warm, affable, friendly, love to do things, always on the go. Life is interesting. Life is full. Their life is rich. That's because they have energy. And on the other hand, you have seen those people who are low in energy, kind of slug around, just don't enjoy life. Everything's a no. Can't be done. They don't get along with the wife, don't get along with the spouse, don't get along with the kids, don't get along with friends, don't want to be around them, want to be a recluse. And there's all gradations between that. That's a bell-shaped curve. You got people on one end of the curve that are just brimming with energy, full of enthusiasm. You got people on the other end of the curve that just sit there like a slug. And there's a gradation between that. Well, the more energy you have, the better you're going to feel. And the better you feel, the more enjoyable your life's going to be. And people are going to enjoy being around you. So the whole goal of the wellness revolution that we're leading is to help your mitochondria, your very mitochondria. We got to figure out, I'm going to come up with a song on mitochondria. Hey, James, we got to come up with a song on mitochondria.
Get on that right now.
And I'm going to sing it. This thing could be
expect one by the end of the show,
No,
actually.
we can come up with a tune. I play the piano. I'm going to come up with some kind of tune, a little ditty on mitochondria, which
Why
is
not?
Why not?
Why not?
I'm glad you didn't say why. Why? Anyway, the power plants within your cells have to produce energy. We want to help you so you can enjoy yourself, so you can enjoy your life. I read something yesterday. It's not about the life. It's not about the years in your life. It's about the life in your ears. No.
Well, it is about what's between your ears, too, for sure.
It's a little play on words there. Really, it's not about the years of life that you have. Mm-hmm. It's about the life in the years that you have. And you want to have life between your ears.
Yes.
During your years, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So you follow me?
I am.
You want to be sharp as a tack.
I am.
So if you have life while you're alive, you're going to enjoy. And if you're going to be alive, why not enjoy it? Why not be full of energy and brimming? So that's why we lead a wellness revolution. And that's why we visit with you about these various topics to show you that there are natural approaches that you can take to get yourself on a path of health and wellness so you enjoy a better quality of life, which is what it's about. It's about living your life to the fullest. God put you here for a reason, for crying out loud. You're here for a reason and a purpose. You just didn't end up here accidentally. You're going to kind of leave accidentally, and that gives no meaning to your life. God created you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. For a specific purpose. You want to find that purpose, and you want to accomplish that purpose. So when you get to the end of the years of your life that you're living happily, you can hear those words when you stand before the throne and Christ says, well done. my good and faithful
That's right.
servant. That's the words you want to hear. I did it. And if you're not feeling well, it's hard to do it. It's just hard. I find that people who are physically ill, they can be saints. They truly can be. But it's so difficult when you're not feeling well to keep a positive attitude and to feel spiritually healthy.
Absolutely.
So what causes people not to feel well and to lose their energy? Is it because, as you might think on TV, if you went by just watching TV, what is the reasons people aren't happy? What are the reasons people are discouraged? Why are they tired? Why do they have problem with weight? Why do they not think clearly? Why do they not sleep well? What are they deficient in? What's the cause of that? If you just look at commercials on TV, what is the solution you see in the advertisements?
To take a pharmaceutical drug.
Take a drug. The reason you don't feel well, the reason you have no energy, the reason you're gaining weight,
The reason you can't sleep.
You can't sleep and you can't think and you got no emotions and you don't feel well. You got sluggish bowels and you got infections and on and on and on and on. Headaches. You got low levels of antidepressants. They spend billions of dollars marketing these various drugs, the antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, sleep, Linestra, little butterfly, come down on your shoulder at night so you can go sound asleep when you take Linestra. It's so simple. It looks so natural. It's a butterfly. What could be more natural than a butterfly? Well, I'm going to tell you what, the drugs aren't natural that the butterfly is representing. They're pharmaceutical drugs that are toxic and that are very addictive and that have withdrawal effects when you get off of them. They can cause you to go. Look, I've seen guys and gals when they take these various drugs that they're prescribed. I remember a buddy of mine one time, we went on a golf trip and we had a golf match, big team. We had two teams. And so we have my table. We're sitting at this real nice steakhouse at the club where we were playing. And it was in the evening and he had had a few glasses of wine, but he started acting crazy and just doing crazy things and saying crazy things. And I said to him, hey, what is going on? You got to be on something. What's going on? Well, I'm taking this drug Buspar to get off smoking. I'm trying to stop. I said, man, this is making you crazy. You can't mix that stuff with alcohol. You're crazier than a bed bug, man. You got to stop that stuff. Well, it never caused him to quit smoking. It caused him to be crazier than a bed bug when he took it. I've seen that over and over, and I've had people tell me they get hallucinations. And they go, when they get on just sleeping medication, I mean, it just makes them, their mind goes crazy. I've had doctors tell me that, and I've seen it in the patients. I know the adverse side effects these drugs can have, and I know the reason people have these symptoms is not because they're depressed, clinically depressed in most cases. That's not the cause of the problem. Giving an antidepressant and saying somebody is depressed is it's not an objective, it's a subjective diagnosis. It can't be based on anything other than the clinical presentation of the patient. And what a patient does is they come in and describe some symptoms to the doctor. He does a blood test. He says, all your blood work is normal. I think you'll do better on an antidepressant. Try a little Prozac. Hey, Nurse Betty, go give me a pack of that stuff. Here you go. Try this every day, and then we'll call in a prescription for you. And they got you right there. The drug companies have all the antidepressants loaded up in the doctor's office. He's a drug salesman, hands you that, off and running. Costs you $5-10 a day to take this antidepressant, which adversely affects your mood, can make you irritable, can make you more angry, cause you to lose romantic moods and inclinations, causes suicidal and increasing suicidal ideation, leads to homicidal actions, causes a host of health problems.
Well, Dr. Hotze, as you've said many times, they're toxins and they're so strong, you can't just stop them.
You can't stop them, and if you're on them, don't stop them. You have to be weaned off of them. That's absolutely critical. That's what we do here when guests come in. But my recommendation is don't let a doctor give you an antidepressant. Find the underlying cause of your symptoms. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what are the cause of symptoms for which doctors routinely give antidepressants. They're at the end of the rope. They don't know what's causing the problem. They figure, must be a hypochondriac. Give them an antidepressant. That's what I learned in med school. It's wrong. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about women and antidepressants.
And it's our mission to help you achieve health and wellness naturally. Please stay tuned here at Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution.
Now back to Wellness Revolution, your 100% organic, farm-raised, grass-fed, gluten-free, cage-free, non-GMO radio show. Here's Dr. Hotze.
This is Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution, where we are on a mission to help you achieve health and wellness naturally. If you would like more information on doing a 180 and taking charge of your health, and give one of our consultants today a call today at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. Here's Dr. Hotze.
If you have any of the following symptoms: decline in energy, you feel fatigued, like you just barely make it through the day, you got to take rest in the afternoon, have a hard time functioning, fall asleep at work. I've had people even tell me they fall asleep at stoplights. They're so tired. If you have a difficulty with your weight, been eating the same all your life, and all of a sudden you're gaining all this weight. You're cold intolerant. Got cold hands, cold feet. Body temperature runs low. Normal temperature is 98.6. You may run in the 97s or 96s. Inability to really focus. Short-term memory's not good. You get brain fog. Can't sleep well. You get muscle pains and aches. You get joint pain. Go to bed, you sleep, you get up, you're still tired. You have recurrent chronic infections. You may have sluggish bowels, maybe constipated. Should have a bowel movement minimally once a day, if not 2 to 3 times a day. Just look at the animals outside. Whenever they eat, they have a bowel movement. That's the way it should function. If you have dry skin, if your hair is falling out, brittle fingernails, you have elevated cholesterol, if you just get mood swings, sometimes you feel down and low for no particular reason. If you, a female, has menstrual irregularities, or you're infertile, if you get recurrent and chronic headaches, these are symptoms that take patients to the doctor. And the doctor will spend the average doctor spends 7 minutes with a patient from the time he walks in to the time he leaves. Doesn't give you much time to discuss how you're feeling. That's what's important. How do you feel? What are the symptoms that you're experiencing? Routinely, a doctor will do a blood test on you. He'll check your thyroid. Probably won't check your female hormones. Do a blood test, see what your red count, white count is, liver enzymes, check your sugar. See how that's doing. And routinely, they will come back within the normal range. Routinely. Especially your thyroid hormones, 95% of the time, because the way they determine the normal range of thyroid hormone is based upon lab exams. So the lab takes the last 1,000 blood tests, averages it, gets an average called the mean, and then applies two statistical term called standard deviations, 2 standard deviations on either side of the average, and wherever that falls, they call that the normal range. And that means 95% of the people will always fall within normal range, no matter if you're high, low, or in the middle. You're going to be considered in the normal range. But it may not be normal for you. You may have been at a higher range when you were younger, and the thyroid hormone, of course, allows your cells to produce and use energy. It's not how much thyroid you have in your blood, it's how much thyroid you have in your cells, and the cells the thyroid enables the mitochondria, the power plants in your cells, to produce and use energy. You got to have enough thyroid hormone within the cells, active thyroid hormone, not inactive thyroid hormone. Your body makes inactive and active thyroid hormone. The inactive thyroid hormone is the predominant hormone. 80 to 90% in your blood is going to be inactive. It's got to be converted within the cells to active thyroid hormone. If you're not making a proper conversion because you're drinking fluoridated water, guess what? You're operating off the inactive or the poorly active thyroid hormone. And you don't work well. Your body doesn't run well. Your mitochondria don't produce enough energy. Your power plants don't produce energy. You're sluggish. And you have all these symptoms that I just described.
The tragedy is the doctors aren't listening to those symptoms. They're just looking at the blood work. And so as you were saying, people get tripped up because they have these symptoms. The doctor says your blood work is normal, and then they put you on an antidepressant.
Put you on an antidepressant and sleep medication, put you on an anti-inflammatory medication. Maybe you got panic attacks, anxiety. They put you on an anti-anxiety medication. You could be on 2, 3, 4 different medications for one trip to the doctor to treat your symptoms. And they don't solve the they don't address the underlying problem. Your symptoms are not a diagnosis. Let me repeat that. Your symptoms are not a diagnosis. If you have headaches, the diagnosis is not headaches. The diagnosis is what's causing the headaches. You got to find out what's causing it. You got high blood pressure, what's causing it? You got fatigue, what's causing it? Well, you have chronic fatigue syndrome. What's causing it? There's got to be you got fibromyalgia. What's causing it? I don't sleep well. What's causing it, doctor? You have insomnia. What's causing it? What is the cause of my problems? And doctors don't like to be questioned that because they get flustered. They don't know what's the cause of it, so they give you an antidepressant. Antidepressants are just kind of like Stacy has said, the drug du jour. Du jour in French means the drug of the day. It's the panacea. It solves all the problems. You've seen it on TV. Have you seen anybody on TV take an antidepressant who within 30 seconds didn't feel like $1 million? The sun came out. They were happy. They were dancing with their husband. They were in a love pose. Oh, it's awesome. I mean, why doesn't everybody take? Why don't they give them out if they're so good? Give them out. The government passed these things out. Well, the government pays for a lot of them. Trust me on that. But through Medicare and those sort of things. The problem is not antidepressants. And did you know that it's females that are treated at least 2 to 3 times, and it's probably more than that, at least in our practice we see that women much more frequently are prescribed antidepressants. And the antidepressants are given primarily between the ages of 25 and 50. That's when and then again we see another jump when women go through the change of life. They give them antidepressants after that when they go through the change. So if you've ever had anybody, or if you ever thought to yourself, or somebody said to you, hopefully it wasn't your husband, could it be your hormones? Maybe it's my hormones. Well, you know it's your hormones if at a certain time of the month you have the same feelings and problems. If premenstrually you start getting mood swings, fluid retention, weight gain, chest, breast tenderness, don't sleep well, you feel irritable, then all of a sudden you have your period and you feel good again, well, then it's hormonal. And it's the decline in your natural occurring progesterone. So low thyroid can cause all these symptoms that we talked about. Low progesterone, which is the hormone of the last half of the menstrual cycle, the last 14 days. In a 28-day cycle, you make estrogen all month, you make progesterone the last half of the month. As women march through their menstrual lives, they don't ovulate every month, and they don't make progesterone. Their periods get heavier. They get bleeding, clotting, and breakthrough bleeding. And they get fibroids, and they get uterine cramping, and they get all kinds of problems. They go to the doctor, and he wants to do a hysterectomy. Well, what's causing my bleeding problems? Why are they dysfunctional? Why do I have heavy periods? Why do I have fibroids? Ask the question. The diagnosis isn't you have fibroids. The diagnosis would be what caused my fibroids? What causes them to develop? And it's low progesterone levels. So these problems can easily be solved when women get estrogen dominance and low progesterone. It adversely affects their ability to properly utilize thyroid hormones. Of course, women have, because they go through the change every month and their hormones fluctuate every month and they decline as they mature and march towards the menopause at approximately age 50, the hormonal imbalances adversely affect the thyroid, so they can be easily corrected. This can be corrected not with antidepressants, because that doesn't treat the underlying cause of the problem. That simply masks symptoms and does a very poor job at that and causes a host of serious and deleterious and harmful side effects. We'll be back to talk about the solution to these symptoms when we come back after the break.
And if any of what Dr. Hotze has been saying sounds familiar to you and you would like more information on taking charge of your health and doing a 180, then give us a call today at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. You're listening to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Please stay tuned.
Don't follow the herd. Take control of your health and join the wellness revolution. Here's Dr. Hotze.
Thank you for tuning in to Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. I'm Stacey Banfield here with Dr. Stephen Hotze, founder of the Hotze Health Wellness Center. If you want to do a 180 and take charge of your health, then give us a call at 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698. Here's Dr. Hotze.
I told you I was going to give you some solutions. So if you have these symptoms, low energy, inability to lose weight, or difficulty with your weight, cold sensitivities, cold body temperature, can't think clearly, don't sleep well, have joint and muscle aches and pains, maybe you got sluggish bowel function, or maybe you have irritable bowel syndrome. What's causing it? What's causing it, doctor? You have irritable bowel syndrome. What's causing it? Why do I have it? You have gastroesophageal reflux. What's causing it? Why do I have that problem? Oh, you need Nexium. That's why you're having the problems. You don't have any Nexium. Purple pill. Come on, please. Nobody is sick because they have low levels of pharmaceutical drugs in their body. Come on. You don't have to be a rocket science to figure out that chemicals that never existed before in nature, which are poisons and toxins, which cause your body to become toxic. You can't poison yourself to good health. Do you understand that? You can't poison yourself to good health. You can't take drugs and expect to get healthy. You're unhealthy for one of four primary reasons. And there are some additional reasons, but one, first and foremost, you're not eating right. Second, your hormones have declined and they're imbalanced. You need to replenish them. Thirdly, you're toxic from all the environmental chemicals that you breathe, eat, drink, and slather on your body. And fourthly, you don't do any exercise at all. You're a couch potato. You're just sitting around. You're not moving. Got to get up and move. Walk. Go and walk a mile a day. Just do that. That's all you have to do. Get up off your derriere and walk. Okay? Do something. And you could have a problem from yeast sensitivity. You've taken too many antibiotics. That'll mess up the gut, and that'll cause all kinds of problems. That'll give you irritable bowel syndromes, which is not a diagnosis, and reflux. And these are caused by yeast problems. Can cause this. You could also have problems with allergies, airborne and food allergies, very common problems. So we treat for that here at the Hotze Health Wellness Center as well. Plus, you're probably not getting enough sleep. So there are some common reasons for you not to feel well. But if you're going to get your energy level restored, you got to change your eating habits so you're not on a high sugar, high carbohydrate diet. Got to eat the optimal Hotze optimal eating plan. By the way, here's a way to get started. What if I do this? Let me tell you, to encourage you to get started in the wellness revolution. You want to get started? Would you like to take the first step? An easy first step. I want to help you take the first step. I want to help you put your toe in the water, okay? Because you're probably like other people I know, you think I just can never get well. I mean, I've been to the doctor. They give me all these drugs. I never get well. There's no hope. I'm just stuck. My life is going to be like this. I got no life, okay? Here's what you can do. Let's start you eating right. What if I do this? What if I give you a copy? I'm going to give you a copy of my optimal eating plan. Would you like that? I'm going to give it to you free of charge. I'm going to give it to you so you can start eating right and just learning about proper nutrition. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm going to give you an optimal eating plan. Call up my new guest department. I'm going to give you that phone number right now. Take a pen out. 281. Got your pen out? Get it out. Come on. 281-698-8698. 281-698-8698. Otherwise, you can Google Hotze Health and Wellness Center and get the phone number and just call us. Talk to one of our new guest consultants and say, look, Dr. Hotze said he's going to give me an optimal eating plan, Hotze Optimal Eating Plan, which will show you how you can eat good health, why you should eat good healthy fats, fish oil, olive oil, avocados, eggs. Eat good, put good oils in your body. Eat a lot of green vegetables and minimize your meats, but eat meats. I don't care what you eat. I don't care if you eat red meat, if you eat fowl, if you eat fish. Doesn't matter. Minimize it. 6 ounces a day for most people is adequate. Cut out your simple carbs, breads, pizza, pastas, cereals, all that stuff. Cut it out. Eliminate it. Sugars, cut them out. All the desserts, cut them out. And you'll be surprised what a dramatic difference that will make in your life if you just get started eating right. Now, it's not going to replenish your hormones. That has to be done, but you're going to feel better. Just eating right, you'll feel better. I guarantee you that. Hippocrates, who was the father of medicine, said it very clearly. Let food be your medicine, let medicine be your food. How's that? Back in the old days, back then they didn't have any drugs to speak of, and they got people well by telling them how to eat appropriately, got them eating well, and it helped people get well. Did you know you could have food allergies? Very common foods: wheat, corn, egg, milk, yeast, and soybean are the big six because they're in all the processed foods. So I say if it's in a package, can, or box, don't eat it. Eat it when it's real, and best is to eat organically. You go buy Whole Foods. You go, it costs a lot at Whole Foods. I mean, compared to going out and eating all this junk food, it's cheap. To eat at home, eat healthy, is inexpensive compared to your poor health problems that you bring about by eating poorly. When you gain a lot of weight, guess what? You're going to get pre-diabetic and diabetic. I see that over and over again. Next thing you know, you're going to be on metformin or Vandia. Next thing you know, you're on insulin shots. You gain more weight and you get sicker quicker. And then you got high blood pressure, which leads to heart disease. And then you got heart disease. And it's just a downward spiral, simply starting with your eating. So let me tell you what I'm going to do to get you started. Call 281-698-8698. 281-698-8698. Go to our website, Hotze, Hotzeh, as in horse, W as in water, C as in cat. HotzeHWC.com. Go there. Take a look at the video that I have on there where I explain these things to you, what we do here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, because my goal is to help you get on a path of health and wellness. We want to partner with you to help you join the wellness revolution so you can do a 180 and take charge of your health. This is not rocket science, and you owe it to yourself to do it because you'll feel better. And the people around you will feel better when you feel better. Don't you want to be full of enthusiasm and full of life? If you do, then I want to encourage you to call and get a copy. Start by getting a copy of Hotze Optimal Eating Plan, 281-698-8698. Now, then once you start eating right, you got to balance your hormones. Ladies, the most important hormone is progesterone. Day 14 through 28 of your cycle can cause a huge improvement in your overall health. It'll help you utilize your thyroid hormone better. It'll get rid of the estrogen dominance and progesterone deficiency. You won't have all these premenstrual symptoms that you have. You can normalize your menstrual cycles. You can prevent developing fibroids and prevent, dysfunctional uterine bleeding, which is going to lead to a hysterectomy, which that in itself will cause a host of problems. All this is avertible and reversible.
It also enhances moods, too, doesn't it? And
sleep. You're going to love it. I literally built this practice on thyroid and on progesterone. Those are two. And then what you do, if you got symptoms of low thyroid, you need to be on some desiccated, not synthetic thyroid, natural desiccated thyroid. We use it, and we've used it in over 30,000 of our guests because it works. I've been on it for 25 years. I've been on men. I talk to you. As you age, your testosterone levels go down. Testosterone will put a tiger back in your tank.
Well done.
How would you like to be like, meow? What are you, meow? Meow? Wouldn't you like to be, put a tiger back in your tank? Why not? If you don't put a tiger in your tank, who's going to? I want to encourage you to get yourself on a path of health and wellness and start today. You owe it to yourself first because God's put you here for a purpose, and you might as well fulfill that purpose. You can't do it if you don't have any energy and if you're not healthy and well.
Well, thank you for joining us today at Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Information provided on this radio program is neither intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice and is not intended to replace the services of a physician, nor does it constitute a doctor-patient relationship. You should not use information from this radio program to diagnose or treat a health problem or disease without consulting with a qualified healthcare provider. If you have or suspect you have an urgent medical problem, promptly contact a professional healthcare provider or call 911. Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution radio program advises you to always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider prior to starting any new treatment or with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Any application of the recommendations from this radio program is at the listener's discretion.